Hey everybody, welcome to another 10-minute Marvel video. I'm Petter, and today there was a fun rumor that popped up on Facebook. And obviously MCU rumors, give or take, who knows what will happen. But this one I thought was especially intriguing because the rumor was that Wolverine was not going to be part of the MCU's X-Men team. And I shared it over on Facebook. If you want to check out my post on it, didn't say that much, mainly just shared it out. But I said, basically, I like this idea. I think that this is a good idea for him not to be part of the X-Men. But, of course, the reactions to the rumor, since that was shared, tended to be like shock and sadness. Sure, a few thumbs up, but I don't think anybody was kind of excited about it like I potentially am. Because I think that Wolverine is a character who doesn't need to be part of a team. In fact, I think we've already done Wolverine as a team, and we've already done his story. Really, the first three X-Men movies, at least one of them in there, X2, is a Wolverine story. Then we've had Wolverine Origins, we've had the Wolverine, we've had Logan. He even got a good amount of time in Deadpool and Wolverine. I mean, he's one of the two names on that movie. So we've had a lot of Wolverine. And Wolverine as a character in the comics, I don't think, well, is very different. I think it's a different feel than what people think of in the movies. So in the comics, he's a bit more of a loner. He does his own thing, and he joins up with the team from time to time. So let me explain why I like the idea that he isn't going to be on an X-Men team. Because that's what the rumor says. The rumor says that he's not going to be part of the MCU's X-Men. Not that he's not going to be in the MCU, just that he's not going to be on the X-Men team. The advantages of that is he can now team up with any X team when need be. He can have his own standalone films, and you don't need to worry about the continuity with the X-Men. Why does he leave the X-Men for a little bit to come back? You don't have to explain that every time if he's not there. And he can team up with the Avengers. He's one of the heroes who often does team up with the Avengers from the X-Men. So why not give that an option too? Let him be a free agent and play and have the whole of the MCU of kind of his park. That's it. That's his play area now, is all the MCU, and he can show up when needed, or other characters can show up in his story. And just to go with that, I do have a story in mind to tell for him. One of the common things that happens in the comics is that somebody tries to kill Wolverine, or somebody wants the Wolverine dead there, and they pay a lot of money to have him killed off. So let me paint you the picture for this movie. This idea that I have for Wolverine in the MCU, but not in the X-Men. Wolverine has been living in the backwoods of Canada. He's been living kind of off the grid after getting out of the military, out of Project X. And, well, it's been a good life. It's been quiet. But one day, he stops an attack on somebody, an assault on somebody, and he gets drawn back into the limelight. Not majorly, but he pops up in a news piece. could even be from She-Hulk, the man with claws getting in a fight at a bar. Maybe it's just as simple as that. But now he's back on the radar. And in particular, there are some people who are not pleased that he's been off the radar. There are a lot of people who just don't like him, including some powerful people who put out a hit on him. And it's almost like everybody now is trying to kill him. In fact, let's just call this what it is. This is going to be John Wick with claws. And how awesome would that be to have Wolverine running around, taking people out, fighting people, and everybody coming after him to kill him. You could put in Lady Deathstrike. You could get a Sabretooth. You could get a nice group of people who really don't like Wolverine and have them all go after him and try and kill him. I mean, if you wanted to, you could even, and I think you would do this a little bit further down the line, but you could have even had a new X-23. That new X-23 gets kidnapped, and now it's basically they killed John Wick's dog. Yeah, X-23 is still alive, but he's still pissed off. But I like the idea better that somebody just puts a hit out on him. So Wolverine is trying to avoid dismemberment and instead figure out who has put the hit out on him. And that can take him to a bunch of different places. I like the idea that it kind of culminates in Madripoor. Let's go back there. Bring that back again from Falcon and the Winter Soldier and have some fun with it. So, do you like that? Do you like that idea? I think it could be really cool. And you don't need the X-Men there to tell that story. And if you're like, well, but Peter, a lot of people don't watch or don't read the comics. They just know it from the movies. They think that Wolverine always has to be there. Or they think that the X-Men team will be incomplete if they don't have Wolverine. If you need a Wolverine on the team, Daphne Keane has said that she would love to continue playing X-23. Let's start there. Let's start with a growing up adult X-23. Have her be one of the founding members, or at least first early members of the MCU's X-Men. I guess I should say, make her be one of the current team of the MCU X-Men, because who knows what sort of story we're going to be getting. But I, for one, am excited with the idea that Wolverine will not be part of the X-Men, because I want the X-Men not to become a Wolverine-centric story. I want them to be that team-focused story. I want Cyclops to have more of a chance to shine. I want all the characters to have more of a chance to shine. And if Wolverine is on the X-Men, that's the character that most people are going to gravitate towards. So instead, let him do his own thing. Let him have his standalone films. Let him team up with the Avengers or with the X-Men and see what we can get out of that. But let me know your thoughts on that down in the comment section below. Do you agree with my assessment that this could be a good thing? Or would you prefer that he is still more just part of the team? If you enjoyed this content too, please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe. That's going to let you know when these new theory, rumor videos come out, as well as all the other content that we do here on the 10 Minute Marvel YouTube channel. And if you want more of this discussion, because I know it's going to come up in the upcoming podcast episode of 10 Minute Marvel, you can check out our podcast. It's a longer form. We cover all the news that we can find, as well as rumors and a topic for the week. So we're going to be starting talking about Agatha All Along Soon, just if you want to check that out. You can find it over here on YouTube. You can click on the channel and then on the podcast tab, or you can find the podcast wherever you get your friendly neighborhood podcast from. But with that, we'll see you next time.